So Stacy, we've already talked about all our goals for this space. Yep. So the next step is to start pulling out the items from the pantry, one at a time, and we're going to talk about whether the item is going to stay in the space, if it's going to be relocated somewhere else.
Okay.
Being organized has nothing to do with being perfect. It's about progress. It's about creating more order in your day-to-day life so that you can function more efficiently. You can have more peace and calm in your day-to-day life.
About 6 months ago, my husband and I decided that we wanted to prepare our house to sell and to get on the market. So we started doing the big things, you know, like painting and things like that, and realized that our cupboards and our pantry and things like that were just in a shambles. So we decided to hire a professional organizer to come in and do what they do, because they know better than what I know at this point.
Sort all your belongings into categories in the kitchen. And then from there we're going to measure the space and decide how we're going to organize it. Stacy brought me in because she's selling her home, and her pantry was a pain point for her because it was so full and it wasn't really showing the potential of the great space that's in this house.
We put shoes in there, we put food in there, we put cleaning supplies in there, we put pots and pans in there. But there was no organization. So I tried to do it on my own, but still didn't have any cohesion. So that was the biggest area for all of us, our family, that needed the most attention.
Don't tackle too much at once. You know, set some goals and break a large task into bite-sized, smaller tasks and tackle one at a time.
One thing I did realize when we started the process and pulling things out is that there were items that I didn't even know I had. So I clearly wasn't using them. There were food items that were expired. There were things that I hadn't maybe even thought that of using for maybe a few years. So it was great to be able to recognize that and then move them to a different spot, or just get rid of them and relocate them.
Yes, I just wanted to talk to you about this piece. Do you use this?
I do use it, but not very often. It has emotional attachment to me, so I do want to hang on to it. I don't want to get rid of it.
Okay.
Yeah. One of the things I've learned is that there is, you know, a bit of an emotional part to the organizing process. Is that I had a cake tray that was my grandmother's, and I'm definitely not ready to part with, and I kind of like seeing it in the closet. It brings back some good memories for me, so it was hard to be able to decide, you know, where to put it, you know, whether to let it go, move it, or keep it. But Tori came in and said, you know, you don't have to get rid of it. We just need to know where to put it in this space so that it's the most functional it can be if you're not using it on a daily basis. So that was a really good learning process.
Sit down and set some goals. Where do you want the space to go? What is your vision for the space? What kind of pain do you want to eliminate? And then from there, break it down into smaller, more manageable tasks, tackling one at a time. Also make sure that you schedule it like you would any other appointment, because we're not likely to get things done unless we're intentional about it by putting it on our calendars.
It's been a really great process. It has allowed me to do some purging, both physically and emotionally, to try and let things go and let somebody else come in and show me some techniques that we can now carry forward into the next home that we purchase.
So a common misconception is that you need to be a hoarder to hire a professional organizer. That is not true. You don't need to be a hoarder. You can be just a regular, everyday person that wants more efficiency in their life. They want order inside their closets, cupboards. They want to know exactly where things are. Saves them time, saves you money.
I've learned a lot through this process about proper storage techniques, proper areas to put things. I'm definitely looking forward to being able to carry it forward to a new home and new spaces, and try and create a more functional work environment from a housewife perspective and a mother perspective. And it's also given me a great sense of peace. I come into my home now, I know that there's not chaos and behind closed doors. I was a stuffer, I would stuff things in places. Now I know that there is a functional space, it's clean, it's organized, and so there has been a great peace that's come over me from that process.